Hey, everyone, Brian from Bearable Traders. Wednesday, July 29th. Let's get to it right away. Got a lot to go through tonight. There were some interesting things that happened. Obviously, Powell speaking this afternoon didn't really say anything anybody didn't expect him to say. And the big story I thought was the US dollar continuing to show weakness, but we'll get into that here in a few minutes. Let's take a look at what we got coming up Thursday. Could be interesting. We got Apple. Look at all these big names after the close tomorrow, Thursday: Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Google. Wow, what a lineup. Got MasterCard in the morning, Gilead and Electronic Arts. Yeah, so big lineup coming up. UPS should be interesting. MGM, the casinos. So, going to be an interesting day tomorrow, just like it was today. So, start out with the charts, then take a look at the transports as we always do to start. You can see here we had quite a nice day today. Looked like we were just consolidating above the 200-day moving average, and we had a nice breakout day, a little bit off the high, but RSI turning back up here. Sort of average volume for the last couple days anyway. Stokes turning up again. So it just looks like this market wants to go higher, and transport's kind of confirming that. The 10-year, the yield just keeps dropping here, and still you can see we're on an still on an established downtrend. And although the banks are doing okay, so we'll take a look at the banks in a minute here. It's kind of strange because usually what happens if the yield goes down, the banks go down as well. The Dow up 0.8% today, points, or I should say maybe 0.61, I should say, but again, bit of a stronger day here, as we saw. Not great volume. The small caps were one of the stories today. We had a nice breakout on the small caps here. Andrew's playing these to the long side, and you can kind of see here the high on July 23rd, 150.20. We went out. The high of day was 149.45. So we're challenging this previous high here from a couple of days ago, a week ago. And yeah, it does look like we want to go higher. About the 50s crossing the 200, or the 20s going to cross the 200, I should say. Volume was confirmed the move, so small caps look really good here. The Qs a little underperforming here. It's sitting on the 20-day moving average. Looks like RSI might be putting in a double bottom here. Volume light. So not really confirming the move. RSI or Stokes are sort of hooking up here. So we may just be, well, we'll see, I guess, what's going to happen tomorrow. We've got some big tech players reporting after the close. And the SPY looks like it's continuing on this, you want to draw a line here. Trend is still your friend, and it's still holding this movement from the lower left to the upper right. The dollar, as I said earlier, this was the big, one of the big stories of the day here. Dollar weakening again. The dollar is really sinking here, and it's really oversold. You can see here 21 on the RSI. It's oversold. Maybe we're going to get a bit of a bounce here. Stochastics kind of moving up. You can kind of see here what happens once the stochastics start to move. We get a move up here, so maybe we're really oversold. Maybe we'll start to get a move, at least a bounce back. But the dollar continues to be weak, which drives commodities, emerging markets higher, and we're seeing that. So the VIX is, we had an update yesterday, but again, a breakdown day to day. We're just holding this sort of 24 level, and it certainly looks like we are going to head lower, which means markets are going to head higher. Okay, let's quickly take a look at the actives. We got active here, got a few trades on. BXC I've been holding on to, just looking for a breakout. Had a beautiful breakout today, and just looking for now for something around the 15 level. Maybe we'll get a gap fill from back here. So a really nice move today on BXC, still have some of that. I'm still watching DBA, and I just started to take some small position here today. Midday, it started to look like it was breaking out here, so I got in around 1380. It's not a big mover, as you can see here by the chart, but I'm just, it's more of a longer term hold. I'm just going to see if we can get back up to, another buck out of it. But again, small position, and just going to see if we can get through 14 for starters, because that'll be an area of resistance. Small position on that. Gave up on this one today. It just doesn't seem to want to go anywhere. So got profits on that one and bailed on the rest of it. HDU I got out of early in the week, and now I got back into a little bit today on this pullback, and we'll see where it goes from here. We're flirting with 2,000 on the SPY, or on gold, I should say. Got back in a little bit here on this pullback today on PAS as well. As people know, I like to play gold and silver through this particular stock. And space, still have my core position in space. It's been selling off a little bit, and if it drops below, I'm going to say this, if we get a drop and close below this 22 level, I'll take the rest off and look to get in lower. But again, I'm kind of hoping it's going to hold this level, and we're going to get some more news coming too soon. You can see the volume here is pretty light on this sell-off day, so again, technicals aren't looking that great. RSI's down, MACD's rolling over a little bit here. Stochastics are rolling over, although we're still above 50. And yeah, that's about it. And let's take a quick look at the scans here. What I've got, DBA, as I said, I've been watching it, got into it today. Let's delete that one. Now I'm in it. And DraftKings, still watching this one. Penn was the one that really did well today. GDX, again, this is a way to play the gold. I'm using primarily the HGU, which is the Toronto one, but HDG, HDX, I should say, or HDXJ would be the way for US traders to trade that. You can see here the spider shares, the gold shares, gold still going higher. We're not at the third standard deviation, so still probably has a chance to go higher. Just watching LABU, just right back down at some support here at 55. So I'll be watching that tomorrow to see if we get a bit of a bounce. Nikola held this sort of 30 level. This is the low here was 29.23. Low today was 30.28. So maybe it's going to hold this 30 level, and we'll get maybe a bounce back. There was some news about an electric vehicle company, KNDI, that came in around 2 o'clock that really spiked that stock up. So that'll be in play tomorrow, Thursday, KNDI. And you can see here Penn broke out today. You can see here broke above this level, right up at this level here. And if we get maybe a bit of a pullback tomorrow, might be a good place to take an entry. And once we get above 40, this is nothing but blue sky. No sellers waiting up here to be made whole. If like stocks that sell off, and then you've got a lot of people waiting to get out of their trades at break even. There's just nothing above here but clear air. Stochastics turning up, MACD turning up, RSI turning up. Yeah, Penn Gaming still looks good. And the silver shares, silver a bit of an indecision candle today, but I would expect it to go higher. And this is really narrowing into I would say it's an extremely long pennant. You can see here sort of an ascending line on this, and you can see we've got a flat line here. Just watching for this to break 30, and once it does, then we could be up for another 10% on that. So finally, let's take a look at the sectors. Just do a quick view of the sectors before we sign off here. See SPY up today, discretionary. Looks like it's making a bit of an ascending triangle there. Maybe it's going to break out. Communication and technology kind of just hanging around here right now. We'll see how this is impacted by some of these earnings that we're going to get after the close tomorrow. Industrials look like they're about to break out here. Materials, we were waiting for this pullback, and if the dollar continues to weaken, that'll probably go higher. You can see energy here. It looks like it's trying to hold this moving average. I believe this is the 50. And if it can continue, might just be looking to break out here if we can break above this 200-day moving average. Um, yeah, and as I mentioned before on the weekend, this real estate is really doing well. You can see here we're kind of breaking out again today. The financials, this is an odd one because of course yields going lower and financials going higher isn't really what you would expect. But financials had a great day today, and moving averages trending up. Yeah, those are the 50, not the 200. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, financials look good. This real estate ETF looks great. Energy looks like it's starting to get some momentum here to go higher. And yeah. So hey, this is my book on Amazon, How to Swing Trade. If you haven't checked it out, it's there. And yeah, so that's it. We'll see what tomorrow brings. There's lots of earnings coming up on deck, some big names, and we'll just see what happens. So hopefully everybody will join us in the Bear Bull Trading YouTube live in the morning, 8:30, and trading the market at 9:30. Have a great rest of the night, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.